So Mel Gibson is behind the camera and in front of the camera to make the story of the legendary Scottish hero William Wallace. And to my everlasting shame, I have never heard of William Wallace until I watched this movie. And I'm sorry for anyone I have Scottish fans out there. I am sorry to tell you that, but it's kind of true. But I will admit this movie did get me interested to learn more about the Scottish hero in general. So I got to give credit where credit's due. So Braveheart. Braveheart is directed by Mel Gibson, and it tells the story of William Wallace. And I gotta say, it is definitely a pretty good movie. And the elements that I did enjoy is that it has hints here and there of what history had of it. It may not be 100% historically accurate, but then again, if you look at a lot of Mel Gibson movies, not a lot of them are. Like, for example, the Battle of Stirling, it happened on a bridge, not on an open field. And, well, he may or may not have been married, but then again, we may never know. Because the things about William Wallace's past is a little bit jarring. But there are some things that did happen in reality, like, for example, when William Wallace started the rebellion of Scotland, it was basic rumors at first. So, because people were coming up with tall tales about him, like he's 7 feet tall, and he has, like, superpowers, knows how to kill the English, and blah, 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 all that such. And then they see the actual man himself, and Mel Gibson's not a very tall guy, per se, so they don't believe that he is actually William Wallace. But he turns out to be William Wallace, because as Edward Longshanks, the King of England, who wants to take back the entire island of England, he's already gotten Ireland, Wales, York, England in general to fight the French, which is his main enemy right now. And he also wants to get Scotland, but Scotland is not going to go down without a fight. It gets to the point where it becomes an obsession with him. So when he hears that there is a Scottish rebel out there that is leading Scotland to victory against the English, he takes it as a serious note, and I did enjoy that. For a lot of Englishmen, they hear rumors of William Wallace, but they don't take it too seriously like the King does. However, when it comes to the Battle of Stirling, which is the first time that William Wallace has finally come out and showed his strength and all such, became a massive victory for the Scots. That was the first time the English realized, oh yeah, William Wallace, he is real, and he is definitely a threat. And yeah, it really is fun to watch how a simple person became an actual hero of an ongoing rebellion, a revolution, if you want to call it, for the freedom of Scotland. And I definitely did enjoy watching that. And the battle scenes in this movie are insane. I mean, this is not like simple stab the guy right behind the shoulder and he dies and all such. I'm talking like swords are splitting open people's heads. There's axes cracking into armor and everything. People are losing limbs. This is like real epic battle stuff and serious rated R stuff. I want to say the S word, but I'm on YouTube and they only allow me to say a few swear words, so there's that. And yeah, I gotta admit, Mel Gibson definitely knows how to show war violence in a war movie and everything. And as much as everyone wants to point out how bad violence is in movies, it's war. What do you expect? I mean, people are gonna get sick, people are gonna lose limbs, people are gonna lose loved ones, people are just gonna become violent, like insanely violent. And there is no hiding in this movie, which I absolutely did enjoy. And also, this movie is supposedly the start of, like, making a big grand speech before a battle. They call it it's a William Wallace speech, per se, that they call it. I mean, it happens in a lot of war movies, and this movie is supposedly the start of it. I mean, I did enjoy the speech in general, and I enjoy the battles. I just really wish they kind of showed the actual Battle of Stirling a little more, because when I read about it, it was basically the English were crossing the massive bridge into Stirling, that if they would have won this battle, Scotland would have been an easy road for them. But William Wallace cut them off, basically ambushed them, and the English had no choice but to destroy the bridge to stop their soldiers from being slaughtered, only for soldiers to be left behind and over 10,000 men were killed. That would have been a lot more fun to watch, but hey, movie's got a movie, y'all. And there are a bunch of mistakes that I have noticed in the movie. I mean, you see that you hear stories that there's this white van like in a corner, like right here or over here, just hidden right there, but you still see it. It is there. I have noticed it. And also when the horsemen are charging towards the Scots during the Battle of Stirling, you would notice as the camera's moving towards them that there is this small gap right there that disappears in like a second. And all such, but it's very noticeable, and I thought to myself, Mel Gibson, couldn't you have told him to scoot over just a little bit more? Or at least make it look like there's more people to it. So those are small mistakes that I did notice in this movie, but does it ruin the movie in general? No. It got me interested to learn more about William Wallace, so I say that is a win in general. So anyway, apart from the mistakes that this movie has and the not so historic accurate moments that happen in this movie, I gotta say this movie is a little bit downgraded from Legendary, but it's still a very enjoyable movie. I like watching it. I have not seen it in a while, but I remember it fully, and I love learning about the history of William Wallace. I'm gonna say this movie is definitely worth watching and definitely worth buying on DVD. So guys, Braveheart, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.